moved here on D-Day, literally D-Day, June 6, 1944. And we came here, I was 6 years old at the time we got here, and it's a different story, sort of, because when Hanford took over all of the lands of the entire area and the people were displaced, the White Bluffs people and Hanford people, there was a lot of agriculture here, orchards and crops. And the U.S. Army knew that they had the access to these beneficial foods for the war effort. So the Federal Bureau of Prisons created a camp out at the bend of the Yakima River to grow and harvest the crops for as long as it might be. My father was the superintendent under the direction of the National Federal Bureau of Prisons. He had the place built, the prefabs and Quonset huts. There were 24 officers on site with families and about 250 prisoners in the dormitories. And they went out every morning, pretty much all year round, growing, taking care of and harvesting the orchards and the fields up to Vernita, White Bluffs. There was a lot of agriculture then that doesn't exist now. When the war ended, things wound down. The Army decided didn't need the agriculture anymore, and they closed down the camp. So we left here in November of '47 and went back to McNeil Island, the Federal Penitentiary in Puget Sound. I'm old enough to remember all the activities as a school kid and to know a lot of what was going on here. I was very, very, very aware of the don't talk about anything. We didn't know what it is we weren't talking about. One of the fun stories that we have fairly recently, in about '96, my wife and I came back over here. We found a bunch of pictures, and my mom was in a nursing home. We took the pictures with us one day when we were visiting and said, "Mom, here's some fun pictures we want to show you." Now, my mother at this point was about 94 years old, I think, and still relatively alert. And she took the pictures, and she looked at them, and she slid them together and just very quietly stuffed them down in her purse. And Diane, my wife, said, "Mom, why are you doing that?" She said, "Oh, these are secret. You shouldn't have these out showing them to anybody." Still, that obsession with secrecy was so in everybody that lived here during that time. It was just an amazing thing.